Welcome everybody to some WFA action. In this game, we have the Pottsville Maroons traveling to Montreal to take on the Montreal Berserkers. I am Jolio, one of the commissioners of the WFA, and with me I have Noah.
Yes, you do. Not
So,
live.
well, Noah has a little bit of a delay, but we know that all and well. But Noah, what do you think about this game that we have coming up between the Pottsville Maroons and the Montreal Berserkers?
It's a rivalry game. Right from day one, these guys came in together. They worked under the Phoenix staff over the off season, and they've been they've been going back and forth. They kind of have some of the same strategy. Only one gold player between them, so we'll see how that goes. But gonna be a fun time.
Absolutely. I think everybody is kind of leaning towards the side that the Berserkers is the team to win this game. But I've done some scrims against the Pottsville Maroons and the Berserkers, and despite what uh, Pottsville has on their roster, this is definitely a very good team and a team to look out for.
Yeah, definitely. Both of these teams can compete. We'll just see if they can compete at the highest level.
All right, so we got Pottsville returning the kick, and it gets returned back to the 20. And that was returned by number 11, which looks like that number might have been changed on me after I have this
Yeah.
roster. So I don't have that number.
First and 10 from the away
It's
team,
somebody.
22-yard line.
Oh, it's Leviticus, it looks like. You know.
I would help if I was looking at the right rosters. Yes, it's Corey Leviticus.
Pitch out. Ooh, nice spin move.
Pierce with the catch.
All right, we got a big run starting off by the Maroons by Nolan Pierce, who was just drafted by the Pottsville Maroons this season as a Silver Star halfback.
Second and 3 from the away team,
Yeah.
28-yard line.
He's going to be sharing the backfield with Corey Phillips and Rain Rowe. See between the three of them what they're going to get out of it.
Another pitch out, and that was shut down immediately by a slew of Berserkers defenders, led by number 93, and that is
Not on the page.
not on the page. Let me get these
But it's Hugh
updated.
Hugo. Hugh Hugo. 93 apparently. Ooh, deep pass deflected away by Rocky Blitz. Rocky Blitz coming over from the Rapid City Falcons over the offseason. It's going to be a very janky cast, I can tell you. Hopefully commentary will be better handled after today. But, let's see.
Not much going
So
on
a
for
quick
the
3 and
Maroons
out.
on their first drive as they punt to Montreal. Not much of a return there.
Montreal's return man, Carlos Demora, the rookie.
Now we see the Berserkers line up for their first offensive possession in this game.
Both of these teams very young. 2 rookie starting quarterbacks. Michael Napoli for the Montreal Berserkers. He's got 2 backs in the backfield for this one. Not going anywhere on the first play.
And that was met
Bradley
by
Davis.
And also Lewis Levens, previously best inside linebacker in the WFA.
One of the most underrated players in the game. Rookie Bradley Davis, highest rated player between these two teams. We'll see if he can live up to that today. Napoli swing pass to Davis, and he'll get 4 yards on the play.
Now we're going on to a 3rd and
Third and
6.
6. Ball at the
Montreal
30-yard
still has the ball. This time they have a split backfield. 3 wide receivers. Napoli back to pass over the middle. Ooh, a nice spin move. And that looks like that was number 84, Carlos Demore.
Yeah. So Demora touching the ball for the 2nd time this game. He was drafted to be their main return man, but he is gonna be out there on some offensive possessions, so we'll see what he's able to do. Another jumbo package for Montreal.
Fake handoff to the fullback and knocked down. I was quickly knocked down by your old guy, Noah.
Yeah, Anders Vandermeer making the deflection.
Anders Vandermeer, he had a breakout season last season, had enough of performance last season to progress. He was normally rated as a bronze star player, but he progressed to silver from his performance in the previous season.
Yeah, and I believe that was playing for the Lancers last year. I wasn't able to get him up to that
2nd and 10.
play ability.
48-yard line.
But yeah, so he played really well, and he's now got a starting job somewhere else.
Napoli back to pass. Ooh, throws a dot, and who would have thought? Brian Roosevelt with his very first touchdown reception. Welcome to the WFA, Ryan.
Rolling right through, right past a Max Shoot, I believe, on the coverage there. Well, actually, Max Shoot was coming back on it. Was Andrew Aaron the 15th. So between those two guys, they couldn't keep him in.
And for those who don't know, Ryan Roosevelt and Colin Pierce, they actually run the WFA News. They handle a podcast weekly that comes out about every Thursday of every week. And they bring a lot of good content and letting you know about the news going around in the world of the WFA.
Yeah, great content. I listen to it every week. One of the best, one of the highlights of the league, definitely. Montreal strikes first. They were a 3-point favorite, according to Hammer and the odds makers. So we'll see if that holds true today.
I love the new partnership we have with San Diego. Them coming up with the spreads for each game each week, and allows people in the WFA to make sound picks in the pick 'em each and every week that we have in this league.
Yeah, definitely gonna make it a little closer there to releasing those two things around the same time. Now that I know that exists.
So we have for the Pottsville Maroons, we have Bodacious handling this offense again. Hopefully we can get some action this time around on offense for them. Swing pass out to Corey Phillips, and it looks like they got just back to the line of scrimmage, bringing it to 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's one player you don't need to double check who it is, because he is one mountain of a man.
Yeah, that big boy, he can run though. He can run though, and he can run you over. So I hope the defender you have trying to bring him down has at least the wrap up tackler animation to bring him down, because that's a big boy to bring down.
He had a breakout game in the toilet bowl, and Pottsville jumped on him. Ooh, nice run by Nolan Pierce, getting it up to a 3rd and 2 now. Yeah, he had a great game for when he was on the Fighters, and almost immediately once he got the job, Legatron made a trade to pick up Corey Phillips, so he's definitely going to be a big part of this offense.
Bodacious again under center. We got a sweep again. Oh, back to the line of scrimmage is now 4th and 2, and that was a pitch out to Nolan Pierce, and was just able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jesus Rising and Rocky Blitz making that tackle.
The away team have selected to punt. Clark is deep to receive.
Able to come from safety and corner respectively, forcing another punt.
Punt is off. Carlos Demore gets it at their own 30-yard line. Gains about a yard. It's 1st and 10. And we have Michael Napoli bringing the Berserkers offense back onto the field. They was able to score earlier in this game. Hopefully he can translate that to another score in this drive.
Got the chat up here. Doesn't look like a bunch of people are chatting, but we do have 14 people with us. So thank y'all for coming out today.
Looks like an off-tackle run there, and that was to the running back for the Berserkers, and that was Bradley Davis. Gained about a yard there. 2nd and 9.
Good stop from James McMahon. Came over from Toronto in the offseason. Yeah, we saw Detroit Fury get the walk-off against the Ghosts. Dar's mentioning that was a really good game. Nice run by Bradley Davis going up the middle.
Yeah, I think the walk-off game for Detroit Fury, I mean, that was one of the that was a game that ran a few days ago, yesterday, and I don't think a lot of people expected the Fury to come out and perform like they did. It's nice to see that the Fury, formerly known as the Firebirds, get the win over a very tough Chicago Ghost team as Bradley Davis fights away for the 1st down.
And like you mentioned, this week has been the week of upsets so far. All 3 of us commissioners lost in week 1, some to more surprise than others. And it's been pretty crazy. Just all of the favorites have been losing for the most part. So anything can happen in the WFA.
Yeah, and that's why I love this league. Anybody can, just like real football that you see on Sundays. Any given Sunday, a team can win. We had some big teams that went down this year. As Michael Napoli threads the needle over the middle here.
Nice throw to Joshua Pearson. He's hitting him right in the hands. He was the only person that could catch that ball.
And story from this offseason, Berserkers had their eye on both Colin Pierce and Brian Roosevelt. By the surprise of many, Colin was actually drafted by the Louisiana Steamers, who have yet to play this week. And, when it would be nice to see him play, but not in the uniform he was expecting to play in.
2nd and 5.
Nice toss to Ricky Rivera. Coming over from the Firebirds, I believe. You get them all mixed up sometimes, but I think that's where he's from.
And Michael Napoli to an out route pass there. And that was in to number 80, Joshua Pearson.
Joshua Pearson, one of their young players they got in the draft. And he's been pretty productive so far. 6'6", 238 of wide receiver. Pairing up alongside Ryan Roosevelt. At 6'5", 220.
And the story to know with this, both of these teams, just like Noah said earlier, they're a very young team. I know both of them stacked up their picks this past season going into the season 6 draft. So a lot of them have young players, but talented young players. So it'd be interesting to see how they perform throughout the year.
Most definitely. Pottsville has a full roster, and they definitely had the most draft picks out of anybody that we've ever seen. So they're going heavy on the young players, and we'll see if it works out for them.
Foley under center again, back to pass. Plenty of time in the pocket. Decides to scramble it. Ooh, and brought down by a host of 3 defenders by the Maroons. It's a nice run by Napoli, but nice run by Napoli, but as a owner, you hate for your starting quarterback to take hits like that.
Saw a couple of those in the Regulators game a little earlier. Always a scary thing.
Foley back to pass, hits Ryan Roosevelt right on a slant route. Get him down right to the Pottsville's 5-yard line. They're looking like they're getting ready to score here.
And driving down once again, this defense hasn't been able to stop the receivers. And that's always a problem.
First and goal.
That's
Yeah,
Mike Townsend on coverage coming over from Memphis.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, you know, with the Berserkers. They have plenty of time in the pocket, and if you give Napoleon, you know, time in the pocket like he showed in college, he's going to find an open receiver. Out to Bradley Davis, breaks a tackle, and he gets down right at the 2-yard line.
I believe these are both regular playbooks, no generics in here today.
Ravens, Bees, yes, both teams using custom playbooks for this game.
So whatever you think of generic playbooks won't be answered today.
Napoleon was just able to get that ball off. Looks like he was being hounded by number 99, Ben Jackson, for the Pottsville Maroons.
He was all over that play. Ben Jackson, one of the top-rated rookies coming into this draft, and Pottsville snapped him right up. So he's going to be anchoring that defensive line next to the Bulldozer.
And thank you for those who are tuning in for the this week's WFA voted Game of the Week of the Pottsville Maroons at the Montreal Berserkers.
6 yards on the play.
Big sack right there by Pottsville. 2 great defensive plays back to back. I believe that's Blake Sellers. Or at least they're showing him right now. So,
well, Blake Sellers, I mean, that's something good for him, because he is a self-proclaimed best outside linebacker in the WFA, making a statement there early in the first quarter.
From day one, even before he was drafted.
Before he was drafted. And as we dwindle down the first quarter, the Montreal Berserkers take a 10-zip lead over the Pottsville Maroons.
Jack Lewis putting it through right there. Draft day trade brought Jack Lewis to Montreal, coming from Green Bay. So that was their investment. It was a kicker swap, which is something you don't see very often, but.
Yeah, I think that was probably the first of the WFA kicker swap there, as a good run there by Cordy Leviticus, hitting down to the Pottsville's 27-yard line off of that return.
Leviticus is the guy that's going to be fighting for playtime with Tyler Reeves and Traquan Green and Antonio Mansfield. Mansfield and Green, guys that have been a bit of a journeyman, worked their way around, and Tyler Reeves being a 6'8" rookie. So he's got to try to do everything he can when he gets the ball to show that he should be playing.
Bodace is back to pass and started running the opposite way. Still a catch nonetheless, and that was by tight end number 44, Larry Barr, and that is a big boy, 6'8", 260 pounds.
Yeah, those bars, that they bring some power, some beef into the football. Into the football. What am I talking about?
I don't know what they're feeding those boys in West Virginia, but they are definitely beefy. Bodacious with a move and almost throws a strike, but got their halfback depleted there. Looks like he's okay though.
Yeah, Bodacious, he's got a little bit of wiggle to him. So when you get him in those positions, he can usually make his way out of them.
All right, it looks like we got an empty backfield for our receivers and the tight end. Bodacious back to pass and immediately sacked. What happened to the line there?
It's something else. Alex Perry, coming over from the Rapid City Falcons, formerly. Just smashing right through. Not even close. That's Joe Hardy missing the block there.
Bodacious showing a little footwork on the play before, but Alex Perry got a little too fast before Bodacious can get his legs up under him. Punt off, caught by Demora, but not much going there on that punt return.
So just straight punts for the Pottsville Maroons in the first quarter. Not what you like to see out of your rookie quarterback.
First and 10.
Talking about rookie quarterbacks. No, go ahead.
Especially when you only have another rookie backing him up. So there's no one to go to. It's going to be better than Bodacious right now.
Talking about rookie quarterbacks, we have Michael Napoli throwing a dot there to Showtime Pearson. And Pearson, that he has 3 catches on the day with 42 yards. That's definitely something to work on early in this game.
Ryan Roosevelt had the touchdown early, but since then, Pearson's really been the go-to guy, just getting that catch right in between a couple defenders, including Blake Sellers, looking the wrong way. We're watching you, buddy.
Oh yeah, the self-proclaimed best linebacker in the league. He's definitely going to be looked on by everybody, and pointing out his mistakes. And obviously, after he had that tackle for a loss, he needs to work on that coverage a little bit.
First and 10 from the Oasis, 48 yards.
Split backs, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Napoli hands it off, and a good run by Bradley Davis. He was able to keep those legs churning and get it 5 yards out of that run. Strong run by him.
Coach Collins been talking up Bradley Davis like he's the next coming of Akaji Adebawale, for lack of a better name there. But he's supposed to be really good, and he's been pretty quiet so far, but he needs to get more opportunities.
And speaking of Bradley Davis, us as commissioners, we didn't know much about him because he was actually a backup running back in Clemson. But Colin told me in a previous interview that he had an agreement when Montreal moved from Tokyo. Bradley Davis was there, and he was like, "Hey, I've been told I was going to be the #1 halfback," and Colin kept true to his word, even though it was another owner that made that promise to him. And he drafted Bradley Davis as a gold halfback, and the rest is history. Let's see how he does this year. Mike Napoli over the middle, not to be confused with Ross Napoli, had that pass knocked down. And that was on the defense. Blake Sellers. He's making me eat my words as he shows a little bit of pass defense there.
Thought it was a defensive pass interference against him, so a little too good with defense.
And as we're into a little bit into the second quarter, we have the Montreal Berserkers leading over the Pottsville Maroons 10-0. Got a loaded I formation with a wide receiver up at the top. Foley faked handoff. Oh, gets hit immediately. Luckily, he was able to get that ball off and not sacked. And that was a tackle by number 93, Monty Lister.
This is the second time that we've seen Napoli almost get smashed by a Pottsville defender, just barely able to get it off, avoid the sack.
Napoli, even though that previous sack, he's having a good game. It was over 120 yards, passing yards, and 1 touchdown. And that was to Ryan Roosevelt earlier. Handed off to Bradley Davis. What a move. Ooh, and he trucks. I think he trucked James Solomon Foster, who's actually a very good tackle safety, but he wasn't ready for what Bradley Davis had coming for him.
Yeah, underestimating the rookie a little bit and just got to him. Cut through the line, right past Blake Sellers. Ran him down. If Andrew Aaron wasn't there, it could have been an even bigger play.
Foley out in the shotgun. 2 receivers at the top with a tight end. Play action fake over the middle. Met by a couple of defenders. Looks like Anders Vandermeer was there, but not after getting the first down on Pottsville's 17-yard line.
Pearson once again coming across the middle, making a catch in between multiple defenders. Looks like he's been doing all game.
Montreal coming out again in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers at the top. This time he hands off to Bradley Davis, and it looks like he had a loss of 2 yards there. Met again by Vandermeer.
2 yards on the play.
Pressure was all on top of him. He had 2 guys in the backfield with him as soon as he got the ball. There's no way he was getting out of that one.
19-yard line.
So it looks like we're in a single left formation with 3 receivers. Foley back to pass, quick pass. Was able to get those yards back and then some. 3rd and 6 now on Pottsville's 13-yard line. And that was a catch by tight end Ricky Rivera.
Ricky Rivera, a guy that hasn't gotten a ton of shining light on him, but hopefully in Montreal, he'll be able to show what he's made of.
Montreal on a split back formation, 3 receivers. Short drop by Napoli. Throws a dot. And there is the 2nd touchdown for Montreal. This time to Carlos Demora.
Carlos Demora, late round pick. He's really made a name for himself a little bit. Cutting right through past Andrew Aaron, yanking him into the end zone.
And we've been calling Carlos Demora's name quite a bit, and that's because he's returning punts and kicks for Montreal as he catches that slant route for 6 for Montreal.
Now they go up 17-0 on Pottsville. This is looking like the trade I made for Pottsville's 1st round pick. Looking pretty good right now.
17-0. Montreal leads over Pottsville. Still relatively early here in the 2nd quarter as Montreal gets ready to kick off to Pottsville. Kick is off. Got it right about the 1-yard line. Got right back to the 21-yard line, and that's I believe that is Leviticus for the Maroons.
For those wondering, the 3rd member of Commissioner Gang, Logan. We had him when we did this last year. Couldn't get him this year because he has his own job working as a high school football coach. So we miss him. We wish he was here, but yeah. I don't know if anyone was wondering. Just wanted to say it.
That was a quick out route by Bodacious. Was able to get it to Nolan Pierce. Was able to get a good 10 yards off of that reception.
Yeah, just a little quick screen, dump it off. That's what you have to do with young quarterbacks. Get the ball out of their hands quickly. Make sure that they're not going to be messing things up.
Oof, and here's Hammer. Hopefully Logan is a better IRL coach than APF coach. Ouch.
Hot fire coming in.
Ouch. As Bodacious taken down for the sack. Talking about getting rid of the ball quickly. He wasn't able to do it there. And he was brought down by Mordecai Fist.
Mordecai Fist coming off of the fever. So that was the Maroons before, I think. So hurting his old team a little bit. Zeus Jenkins giving up the sack.
Bodacious getting rid of the ball quick this time, and it was tipped that time, and that was by the corner, number 1, Jesus Rising.
Bodacious looking for a little more protection. This is one of the most complete lines in the league. They've swapped everybody around. Believe me, I've moved that line a bunch. So maybe they'll be doing some more adjusting after this game.
This time Bodacious with no backs in the backfield, looking to get rid of the ball quick, which he does, and it is defended again by Montreal. That time it was number 21, Lion Nikita.
They have not been able to throw the ball deep at all whatsoever. And I don't know if that is Bodacious's arm or just some great defending by these young corners.
Looks like Barr tried to come in and make a play, but at that point it was a little too late.
If he had just put a little bit more power on it, would have been able to get Leviticus deep there.
Well, Bodacious, he doesn't have the strongest arm, at least when it comes to his build, but he's accurate. So I would think it was probably a little bit more of the Montreal's defense. I mean, Montreal, they do have 2 silver corners and a silver safety, and Derek Janico. So I would think they have a good defense there.
Yeah, Hammer, that's something that I have noticed on the regular stuff. I don't think that's a thing we can avoid, unfortunately. But I don't know anything about this stuff, so. Yes, Gerald Jones is a bronze punter.
This time we have Napoli back, and it looks like it's a strong guy. Gets rid of it quick on an out route. And who do you know? We have Joshua Pearson there with another reception, gain of 3 yards.
Pearson, 5 receptions, 51 yards. A very solid day for your rookie debut.
A lot of these rookies are making their debut in this game. I mean, we have Napoli, rookie quarterback. We have Bradley Davis, rookie halfback. Both of the receivers are rookies for Montreal, loaded with rookie talent. Speaking of Davis, looks like he gains about a yard on a swing route.
He's gotten a couple of those today. It's been the thing that they've been going to a lot. Hasn't really turned into much, but maybe if you just keep repeating it, they'll get some good angles. He'll be able to make something out of it.
Montreal in a split back with 3 wide receivers. Napoli back to pass. A little bit of time. Good defense there. Tipped and almost picked by Blake Sellers. Self-proclaimed best outside linebacker in the WFA.
Yeah, great play on the ball there by Blake. Just getting his hands up, knocking it down. That will be counted as a pass defense. So I am counting pass defenses now. At least I think that's what it is.
Yes, you're correct. Montreal, not much going on that drive as they punt off to Pottsville. And we have Corey Leviticus out for a return. And brought down immediately. Not much room to run there. Montreal with great special teams coverage. And that was not Leviticus that time returning that punt. It was number 47, Antonio Mansfield.
And for the Berserkers, that was strong safety generic Evan Lacey coming around the outside. So nice coverage from him.
Love seeing plays made by generics. I love it.
Gotta shout him out.
Bodacious looks like that's a far formation. Back to pass. Oh, and picked off. And, you know, like we talked about it before, I don't think it's Bodacious. I just think Montreal's defensive secondary is just that good. That time picked off, talked about it earlier. Janico, Big Nasty, with his first interception. Welcome to the WFA.
Young rookies, you know they have a chance. They have a tendency to throw those picks. Couldn't get it off to Larry Barr there, his go-to tight end. Good tight end out route, but nice play by Jenko making the play. Puts Montreal back in a good position on Pottsville's 41.
Hand off to Davis. Stopped immediately. And that is Lewis Levens making the tackle. Only a gain of yard there for Davis.
8 carries, 23 yards for Davis. We've seen in some of the preseason games, he has the potential to go off for 150 yards, 200 yards, but hasn't had any success today. So we'll see if that changes in the end of this quarter into the second half.
Montreal on a split back, Napoli back to pass, swing route, and the fullback just couldn't get his legs up under him to turn it upfield. That was Kenneth Wicker.
Kenneth Wicker, a guy who's been around the league as well, makes it down here.
Speaking of Blake, you just joined the chat. Blake, you have been making some plays. Not too much of an impact, but you have made some plays. Swing route out to Davis. Spin move. And brought down. And is that who I think it is? Yep, Blake Seller. As soon as he comes in the chat, he makes a play.
It's been a good game for getting those stops, getting those short routes settled, but they've just been gotten by the outside receivers.
I think at this point, Pottsville has made a couple of stops for the Berserkers. Made a couple of stops on the Berserkers. Now it's just up to the Maroons to get their offense going. Hopefully they can get some points on the board since they've stopped the Berserkers a couple of drives here.
Now Napoli gets to come back. Bodacious gets to come back out after throwing this pick. See his first pick in the league. We'll see how that affects his psyche going into this next play.
Pottsville starts to drive on their own 3-yard line. Bodacious under center. Ooh, very close to a safety there. Looks like he tried to pitch it out to Nolan Pierce and just didn't have a lot of room to run. Loss of 2 yards.
Not a great play call. If you're gonna run the football, you got to go straight up the middle. Not a good move from them.
Yeah, I think in that scenario, you want to do something very quick or run a halfback dive here. So it'll be interesting to see what Pottsville does on this play. And there it is. There's the safety. Jinko there with an interception and causing a safety in the same game. Big Nasty making a play.
Yeah, another pitch out. I don't understand it. You traded for Corey Phillips. Just go Corey Phillips up the middle. Like, I just don't get it. Not good play call.
I've had a few conversations with Pottsville. He likes Corey Phillips' build. I just don't think he likes his size. So that could be a reason on why we didn't see Corey Phillips there. I think he wants him to, lose a little bit of weight. And maybe he'll get used more in Pottsville offense. I'm not sure, but I agree with you there. Yeah, Demore running back the kickoff after the safety as Napoli, not Napole, under center. Single back. Looks like we have bunch receivers on the right. Hands off to Bradley Davis. Has some room. Spin move. And not much going. Looks like we had Lewis Levens there. Inside linebacker there with the gang tackle to bring him down.
Yeah, they've been swarming the run all game. Just been all on top of it.
Ball at the 41-yard line.
Coming down to the wire here of the second quarter. Foley hands off to Davis. Looks at about a gain of a yard. I mean, looking at the stats there, Bradley Davis, goal running back with only 2.8 yards a carry. It looks like Pottsville is designed to stop the run, but they're having issues stopping the pass. So let's see if they'll continue passing here for the Berserkers.
When gold running backs in this league get over 150 yards regularly, you got to have more than that. Napoli gets it. Oh, another missed play right there. Couldn't get it to Pearson.
Yeah, it looks like Napoli tried to get it to Pearson. I thought he was going to get it to his slot receiver, but the Pottsville's defense was there to make a play.
Forcing a third straight punt on Montreal, I believe.
Like I said, I think Pottsville has what Montreal is trying to do under control. They just need to start scoring points. Leviticus with the no, that is number 47 Mansfield with the punt return there, gain about 5 yards.
Antonio Mansfield, a guy that he's been around the league quite a bit. He comes over from Toronto last year, where he had a small role. So kind of playing the same role for Pottsville so far.
Pottsville in the near formation with a sweep, and Nolan Pierce couldn't really get his feet going. Brought down by the Berserkers, number 0 Rocky Blitz, and number 1 Jesus Rising.
1-0 have been a good team up. I've seen them make some gang tackles a couple times, so they've obviously been training together and they know what to do to get to the football.
Here we have a split shotgun formation. Looks like Bodacious is trying to change the play. He sees something here. Back to pass, out route, completed. Tried to make a move, but he stepped out of bounds. That was number 17, Tyler Reeves.
Tyler Reeves, big guy, 6'8", 210. Hasn't really been to his potential yet, but still very early in the game. Nick Seller's not happy with the offensive performance so far.
Hopefully the concern for Blake on the sideline can get the offense going here.
I mean, he's not one of the older players on the team, but he's one of the ones that has the most riding on him, so he's got to be one of the captains. They got to be listening to what he has to say.
Bodacious makes a guy miss. He was able to gain a couple of yards, but was brought down, and that was by number 92, Alex Perry for the Berserkers.
Alex Perry, we've mentioned a couple times, he's one of those guys that's been a great sack master in the past. But Bodacious was able to use his QB evade, slide past the player, not able to get the first down.
It's 4th and 1 as Pottsville's punting the ball late here in the second quarter. About a minute and 20 seconds left. Carlos DeMora, not much going there, not much more room to run. Brought down by number 24 for the Maroons, Jalen Coates II.
Jalen Coates coming over from Tokyo last year.
Well, that's hard to say, Blake. With the teams the way they're set up, it all depends on the offensive line. It depends on the quarterback. It depends on a lot of different factors and to determine whose fault it would be. Football is more of a team sport than an individual sport, so that's hard to say.
Nice tackle there by Monty Lister again, stuffing Bradley Davis.
We got Greg Soto saying Bodacious is playing like he got food poisoning from eating some biscuits last night. Hopefully they didn't go to Golden Corral in Montreal. I don't know if they have a Golden Corral or some type of buffet, but hopefully they didn't eat the biscuits.
Golden Corral, one of our sponsors today.
Unofficial sponsor, Golden Corral. Don't eat the biscuits.
Yeah, I know that Colin had some unofficial sponsors, but I don't know where they are, and I'm not going to look for it. So sorry, Colin.
Well, Colin did say he didn't want to look at the game. I think he's working today, so he said he was going to watch the replay of the game on YouTube when he gets off tonight. But so far, Montreal's looking good.
Yeah, Michael Napoli's been really good on debut, even though he just got sacked right there by DeBull Dozer, the rookie. But Napoli's been very consistent, and I think that should be something that, looking at how Bodacious is performing right now, that should be something that Pierce holds on to.
And Montreal getting ready to punt. About 6 seconds left here in the second quarter. Let's see if Mansfield can make something happen on this punt return here. Pottsville has blockers. Oh, and he ran right into a defender. Brought down by number 6 Greg Watt and Greg Watt, excuse me, or Greg Wett, and that would bring us into halftime as the Berserkers are leading over the Pottsville Maroons 19-0. What do you think about the first half, Noah?
It's been very, very much what I thought it was going to be. The Berserkers have done a really good job of having a good defensive attack, especially these rookie corners, Jesus Rising, not Lion Nikita. They've done a good job, but holding him down. Napoli, like I said, he's had a very solid game as well. But the running game has been shut down very much, and it makes a lot of sense. Montreal has a 3 gold line, and Pottsville with their silver line. They've done just an amazing job of slowing down the run, so that is forcing these quarterbacks to throw the ball, and one of them is prepared for that, and one of them is not to this point. So, second half, I don't. I would say give the ball to Corey Phillips. I know that's probably not in the game plan, but give it to somebody who can run in between the tackles, because I don't think Nolan Pierce has really looked like that guy right now.
And probably the biggest stat that stood off to me, looking at the graphics here, the Pottsville only 32 total yards. That's offense, or excuse me, that's running the ball and passing the ball. So I know you was just shouting out the Montreal's defense, and it looks like they've came to play today, basically shutting down Pottsville offense. Only 32 yards and a half. Ouch.
Yeah, and looking at how Pottsville's turned up their defensive effort in the second quarter, I don't expect a ton more scoring in this game. It's just, will Pottsville be able to make a comeback, which at this point I gotta see is pretty unlikely.
And again, DB or Wash, I said this before our game. Our game should have been the game of the week. We had a hard-fought game in the Atlantic Championship. Obviously, I came out to win the championship. You just beat me this week. You know, our game should have been the game of the week. But hey, I voted for our game. I don't know what everybody else voted for.
I totally agree, but I didn't want people to cry if I didn't give them the option. So. Why is my game listed? I want to be game of the week.
Well, that's the beauty of the WFA. We're definitely a democracy, not a dictatorship.
Ooh, nice throw shot. Oh, wow. Nice play right there by Pearson. You can tell how behind I am by just seeing that now.
Well, Showtime Pearson, he's making a play. Napoli was able to squeeze the ball over the head of JQ. Pearson was able to turn it up, gained about another 8 yards or so before he was brought down by James Solomon Foster.
Hey, who cares about the rules?
TV, I always vote for my team. Sorry.
Who cares about the rules that I make up? It doesn't really matter. I'm not.
Big hit there. That was a big hit on Bradley Davis. Brought down by number 15 by Andrew Aaron, the 15th.
Andrew Aaron, one of those guys that he's got that big hitter ability. He just smashed him.
Fully back to pass, pump fakes, and look who he finds again. Showtime Pearson. He's having a game this day.
Yeah, you would have expected Ryan Roosevelt to be the guy that they go to most often, but Joshua Pearson has really just been a great addition to this offense, and Napoli's just been going to him, come anything. He's always open. He's always fine.
Yeah, I agree. Joshua Pearson, he always finds a way to run himself open. And Napoli, he's patient in the pocket, waits for a window, and he gets it to him. Fake handoff there, and Napoli again time in the pocket, but probably should have just threw that away. Davis was basically already out of bounds when he threw it.
Basically throwing it away, but just in the more general direction of somebody. Rookies showing out this week. Well, only rookies are playing, so
true. Well, to Wash's defense, he's talking about Lance Washington, halfback for the Memphis Tribe. He put up 167 yards rushing, I believe, on probably one of the best rush defenses in the league in New Orleans Voodoo.
Man.
Is not putting out a performance like Montreal's is right now, with Blake Sellers making a play there in the backfield.
Yeah, that was an amazing tackle. He was just standing right in front of him.
Yeah, he knew the toss was coming, and Blake was there basically ready for the handoff. Fully back to pass. Time again over the middle, almost to Joshua Pearson. But it looks like Lewis Levens, inside linebacker, he was ready for that one.
Lewis Levens, one of the few veterans on this roster. He's been around the league. I don't know when he came in, but he's definitely been here for at least 2 or 3 seasons. And a nice play defensively there. Got to try to keep these young guys together.
Yeah, I think Levens has been in the league for about 2 or 3 years now. He had a very good very first season, winning the Best Inside Linebacker Award. Had a little bit of an off season last season, but showing up this year so far here for Pottsville, as Jack Lewis for Montreal, the Berserkers, nails a field goal, putting the Berserkers up 22-zip here in the third quarter.
Not much you can say. Nice right through the middle.
Yeah, and Blake, just like you said, it's stacked draft class is right. Both of these teams, I believe, from both of them, probably had 15 draft picks this year easily between the both teams. Lewis with a boot, Leviticus with a return, little decent return here. Able to bring it down to the Pottsville's 28-yard line. Let's see what Bodacious is able to do with the Maroons offense. Berserkers kind of have the Pottsville's offense shut down. Hopefully Bodacious and Pierce here, they can open up the playbook and make something happen.
Yeah, they got to get something going at this point, but you got to start now.
There's another sack for Montreal. Bodacious being taken down. And that was by number 93, the Mountain, Hugh Hugo.
Hugh Hugo. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year last year. Showing you why right there. Blows right past Dave Barr. Smashes the quarterback. Blake Sellers already wants to replace his quarterback.
It's only one game, Blake. Only one game. Bodacious throws a dot. That time caught by number 2, Randy Pierce. Maybe Bodacious just didn't trust his receivers much at this point, but was able to throw a dot there to Suave Pierce. Looks like that was for your football guys out there, that was an 8 route, which is a deep post right across the middle with Jesus Rising with the tackle.
First and 10, ball at the 43-yard.
Bodacious shotgun, back to pass, gets rid of the ball quickly again and finds, this time he finds Larry Barr running a seam route. That is a big tight end, and he can move.
Tight end is a young quarterback's best friend and finds him up the seam that time.
And that almost wasn't even fair. We had Glenn Hunt guarding Barr there, and Glenn, he couldn't even hang with him in that run. Obviously, Barr is a lot faster than Hunt.
And he's got 6 inches on him. What are you going to do?
Got Bodacious in empty backfield. Looks like they might be staying in shotgun. He's more comfortable there. Moves up in the pocket. almost picked off. And that was defended by number 21, that man again, Lion Nikita.
Pressure was coming in hot and heavy on Bodacious. Nice getting the ball off, just not as accurate as you would like.
2nd and 10 from the away team, 25 yards.
A nice play by Nikita as well.
Bodacious not having the greatest start to his career here in the WFA. Pitches off to Pierce. Nice spin move. Is able to get the first down. Breaks another tackle and is finally brought down by the Mountain, Hugh Hugo.
That's probably the best play we've seen from Nolan Pierce all day. And he had a good spin, nice little acceleration. But somehow he let Hugh Hugo catch him. So I don't know. Don't know what that says about his speed.
I don't know if you got to juke defenders like that. I mean, Montreal, they're swarming to the ball, and you got to make moves. It slows you down. It gives a big guy a chance to come up and make a play.
Yeah, very true.
Bodacious under center this time. I think they should stick to shotgun, but he has time. Throws quick, and it's almost picked off. It looks like Jinko, he missed his tackle last time, but he was able to make a play on the pass here. Pass intended for Larry Barr.
Just another good play by Montreal's secondary. Getting up there.
2nd and 10.
Causing that distraction.
Bodacious under center. Looks like it's a far formation. The receivers in a tight end. Pitch out. And Jinko there running up to make a hit. Coming from the secondary. Making a hit on number 6, Pierce. Big Daddy Pierce.
He's looking like a little son right now. Because Derek Janko has just been all over him.
That's right, Wash. Bodacious, he looks like he has his nerves up under him. Building a good drive here with no halfbacks in the backfield. Under center. Has a little bit of time. Able to move. Misses a tackle that got depleted. Looks like that was Malachi Fiss. Mordecai Fiss, excuse me. Malachi's brother. All right, so it doesn't look like we're going to see a shutout in this game. We have the Maroons kicker, Reed Worthington, who's been around a couple of teams, for a field goal, and it is good. Pottsville finally gets on the board here in the middle of the third quarter. It is now 22-3 as the Berserkers lead here.
Back in a quick second.
Reed Worthington ready for a kickoff after his field goal. For you to kick like that and kick it as far as you have, Reed Worthington has a strong leg. As Demora makes some moves, is able to get down to the Montreal's 33-yard line. Demora having himself a day. 1 reception already for a touchdown. A couple of passes thrown his way. And has the main kick and punt return duties for Montreal. Throwing Bradley Davis in the single back right formation with 3 receivers. Foley back to pass, throws it quick, and gets it to, it looks like number 81. And 81 for the Berserkers is generic Jeff Blandfield making a play. Don't see a lot of generic players make a play in the WFA, but it's always nice to see a generic player. You know, those are guys you spend the least amount of money on when it comes to your salary cap, and makes it all the worth it when they're able to get a first down for you.
Yeah. Generics. Most people wonder, why are they even getting paid? Well, because of that.
Jeff Blandfield is definitely generic.
Yep.
as Joshua Pearson continuing making plays here for the Berserker. Quick out route makes the cornerback not even know where he's going, then breaks his tackle and breaks Sellers there to keep that play from being any worse than it already was. First down for Montreal.
Yeah, really nice throw right there. I believe you let some of their staff take generic guys' names. That
Yes.
might be the reason.
Yes, yes, that is correct. So for the Berserkers, a few of the guys that's on the staff of Montreal, they did not get in on time to make players to get into the draft. So they requested to have their names put on generic players. So that is why. So you are correct, Wash, but they are generic. Davis off tackle and gained about a yard there. Brought down by a few defenders for Pottsville.
No gain on the play.
Wash, normally no. I would prefer it not to be, but for those guys, I did do it just because they just missed the deadline to be in the draft.
So one-off thing, don't expect it to be everything.
Bradley Davis trying to make a move there and was immediately brought down by Matt Shutt, excuse me, for Pottsville.
I don't know how to say that guy's name. I'd say Max Shoot, Shuttle, whatever.
I glanced at it quick. Wash, trade me Mac, and I'll think about it.
Trade me one of your coaches, and we'll think about it.
As a dot as thrown by Napoli to Josh Pearson, back of the end zone, was able to get 1 foot down. Touchdown, Montreal Berserkers.
Finally able to get that score for Pearson. Looking real talented right now.
And Pearson, having the wherewithal, knew he was running out of the real estate of the field, cut his route short, and just basically ran the back of the end zone to give Napoli a window to throw that touchdown pass to. Great play by Pearson. Montreal now leading 28-3 pending this field goal.
It is 29-3. An interesting score for sure.
Yeah, you don't normally see 29-3 too much in the WFA, but I'm all about it. I think a lot of teams saw the teams that went far in the playoffs had defenses, and I think a lot of people started attaching, players to their defense to make sure, they can stop these high-powered offenses. As Leviticus makes a guy miss and is able to get down to their own 27-yard line after that kick return.
Nice return from Leviticus there, getting his money's worth tonight of the Montreal defense.
Now Bodacious, he's coming out to run his offense. He's had some shines of greatness. He was able to drive his offense down to get 3 points. Let's see what he can do this time. Intercepted. As soon as I say that, that is not looking good for Jesus. Looks like Larry Barr was upset on how far that pass was thrown and put all his frustrations out in Mr. Rising there. I hope the trainers can get to him quickly.
Nice play on the ball though, by Jesus Rising. One of the guys that Montreal is really betting a lot on. Greg Gaines will replace him at the starting corner, but hopefully he'll be back soon. That was a great play.
Got Napoli in a strong eye formation, one receiver. Hands off to Davis, has room this time, breaks a tackle, and it looks like he's off to the races. Can the last guy stop him? Which he does. Big run. Looks like Bradley Davis only had about 30 yards rushing prior to that play, but he gets that off tackle run and able to break a big one, getting him down to Pottsville's 11-yard line.
And that's what we've been waiting for this whole game. Davis has been held to the line for most of it, but finally able to get to the outside and just outrun these defenders for Pottsville.
I was talking about James Solomon Foster earlier. He's a good tackler, and Bradley Davis is a good running back. He was able to stop him before he turned that into 6. Back to pass, steps in the pocket, immediately hit. Luckily that was not intercepted. Also lucky it wasn't a sack.
Just able to flick the ball off. Again, that's like the 3rd or 4th time we've seen him do that today. Great awareness.
In Pottsville, they're not getting as much pressure as Montreal is getting on their offense, but in the times they have gotten there, they have disrupted the pass a little bit.
Look at that 130 rating for Michael Napoli. Great debut performance.
We got a counter to Davis, and he basically runs clean to the end zone. Great blocking by Montreal.
Yeah, that pancake block by 67 right there. Everett Campbell sprung him loose, get in the end zone. Took care of Max Shoot getting run over a little bit there. Shuttle, whatever his name is.
And pending the field goal, it is now 35-3. Here late in the 3rd quarter, Montreal over the Pottsville Maroons.
Yeah, Montreal just showing why they were the favorites in this one, just dominating them from start to finish, really. Then there's nothing that Pottsville can do about it. They don't have the playmakers to go get it. I don't think we've called Randy Pierce's name once today, and that's their top receiver. So they've just been shut down on all sides of all the field. Be very interested to see what the reaction to this game is and what happens to the offense after today's game.
Well, good thing about Montreal, they have a lot of money that they have to spend. They didn't spend, not Montreal, Pottsville. They have money to spend. They didn't spend.
That's not necessarily true. Looks like
Yeah,
they have $4 million left over.
Yeah, they have about $5 million left. I mean, that's enough to, maybe try to make something happen with their O-line. Maybe move their O-line around. Maybe because I would think if looking at this game, I think that was probably the biggest area of need. Maybe their offensive line could probably use some upgrading as Bodacious go back to pass. Gets rid of it quick. Big Daddy Pierce makes a spin move and tackled by a host of defenders, Jinko being one of them.
And that would be enough to bring in a backup quarterback. They did have Christian Polanco in camp for them, but he got released. So that could be a way that they go. I think if you drafted Bodacious, you're going to try to make the most out of his career. But I'm not going to overreact and say that it was a bad pick. But we'll see how his career goes.
I'm not going to sit here and say Bodacious isn't a bad quarterback. I think with his build, he needs an offensive line. Bodacious has a similar build to Jake Lesnar, quarterback of New Orleans. Obviously, Memphis showed New Orleans that their offensive line could use a little bit of work and made Jake Lesnar a little erratic in the pocket. So, I mean, better offensive line can make a difference on a team for sure. Bodacious holding on the ball too long there, brought down by Alex Perry. Luckily, Bodacious was able to get rid of the pass, but that brings it to 4th and 5.
Yeah, but he's also facing the top defensive line, in my opinion, in the game right now. So there are a lot others that can bring the heat like this. So it'll be very interesting to see if they'll try to get. I think there's only 1 or 2 gold linemen in the league. I don't know if you need to go that far to get talent, but we'll see.
Pottsville's with the punt. Demora, not much, maybe about a gain of a yard. Brought down there by, looks like that was number 37 for the Maroons, Mike Townsend.
Mike Townsend, former Or Memphis Tribe cornerback and safety, I think. Makes his way down to the Pottsville, and he's their third cornerback behind Shuttle and JQ.
Nice little run there by Bradley Davis. Almost broke it open. James Solomon Foster was there to meet him again and bring him down.
Always that last line of defense, James Solomon Foster. Now Bradley Davis up to 4.3 yards per carry, 77 yards, looking like a solid day for the youngster now.
That 31-yard run he had earlier definitely helped out his running average. As Montreal's in a split bunch formation, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and was finally brought down by Levens, inside linebacker for the Maroons. Bradley Davis looks like he's starting to warm up now.
Shuttle has had a couple of different instances of getting run over by Bradley Davis so far today. So definitely don't want to have him be the first person that gets to the ball carrier.
Winding down the third quarter, Montreal comes out in a weak eye formation. One receiver at the bottom, hand off again to Bradley Davis. Good block by the fullback. Tried to do a spin move, but James Solomon Foster, that wrap-up tackler, he says, no, sir, you're getting brought down right here.
Foster credited with the tackle.
Yeah. Nice tackle. That will keep him from getting what would have probably been a touchdown. Former Tribe. Yeah, there's a couple out here. Like I said, is James Solomon Foster on the Tribe?
James Solomon Foster was on the Tribe at some point in time. He was also on the Richmond Renegades at one point in time. James Solomon Foster, he's been around for a while.
Yeah. Back since the very beginning of the.
Holy throws it out. Connects with Bradley Davis, but brought down and Jesus Rising, fractured arm, out 9 weeks for the Montreal Berserkers. Hope all is well with him, but that will be a tough blow for the Berserkers. Hopefully they have decent backups to make up for them losing him.
We got the bronze cornerback Greg Gaines will slide into his position next to Nikita, and the safety Greg Wett, I would assume, will get some playtime at corner, but we'll see. Roosevelt finally getting another catch.
On the reception with a run out of bounds. A pickup of 4 yards on the play.
By Pearson once again. Getting those sideline plays. Oh, Pottsville with the challenge. Interesting.
And Wash is saying, when do I play Montreal? They have a hole in their secondary now.
Let me take a look at the schedule. Indeed.
After review, the pass
It's
has
gonna be
been
hard to
ruled
find. I don't
incomplete.
have it
The catch
colored
was
in
made
yet.
out of bounds.
You play
The
week
visiting
3,
team will not be charged
so
with a timeout.
coming pretty
Second
soon.
down.
Oh, call's overturned. So they'll take that catch away, I believe. So I'm not paying attention.
Now it's 2nd and 10 for Montreal in a single right formation with 3 wide receivers. Hands off to Bradley Davis, immediately tackled. That's that man again, Lewis Levens, in there for the tackle.
2 guys that you can rely on this defense, Solomon Foster and Lewis Levens.
3rd and 9.
Foley coming out under center. Looks like this time's split back formation, 3 receivers. Foley back to pass, has time, gets rid of it over the middle. Joshua Pearson takes a big hit from Andrew Aaron, the 15th, but was able to hold on to that pass.
Andrew Aaron, known for his big hit ability, and showing it again right there. Pearson now over 150 yards receiving. This is a star-making performance.
1st and 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Both him and Napoli, you know, he's showing a lot of poise under center today, out in the split back 3-wide receiver. But he has his favorite target in Joshua Pearson, I believe. Moves it to him again, takes another big hit, this time from James Solomon Foster, but brings it in still for a touchdown.
Nice play right there. I don't think it'll get reviewed. It's very close, but able to hold on through that hit and reach forward into the end zone. Nice play.
I think it's safe to say that Napoli has found his favorite target here in week 1 of the WFA season 6.
Gotta be. If you're a rookie, you have to have that one target you know you can go to. And for Napoli, it's definitely Joshua Pearson, that 6'6" frame, much like a tight end would be. Can make a lot of your throws look a lot better. And he's doing that tonight. Now a 40-point lead for the Montreal Berserkers. Definitely not as far as we thought it was going to be, but dominating game.
Wonder if we're going to see the first 50 burger of the year. Montreal is getting close to putting up 50 points on Pottsville. And we're going to have to talk about this spread here for this game.
Spreads are going to be a lot further apart for sure. But I don't anticipate many games like this.
1st and 10.
But,
From the 08
we'll see.
27-yard.
Still very early in the season. People still trying to figure out how to game plan, including myself. So, we'll see.
Bodacious with the pitch off, and it looks like Mordecai back there as soon as Pierce got the ball. A loss of 4 yards there.
Not a chance. It was dead on arrival. Mordecai Fist, huge man, 340 pounds. Just there was no way that Pierce was going to get out of that.
Bodacious under center. No halfback in the backfield. Empty set. Back to pass. Has some time. Throws it. Almost picked off. He was going for Corey Leviticus. But Lion Nikita was there to break up that play.
And Lion Nikita got to step up now with his corner mate being out for quite a long time now. So we'll see if he's able to keep up.
Yeah, update, cornerback Jesus Rising for the Berserkers fractured his arm. He's going to be out 9 weeks. It's going to be back for week 10.
Another deflection right there. For Janko.
And Mac Anthony, for head coach of the Tribe, talking a little trash in the chat. He said, that dude was talking all that smack when the Tribe was playing, called the Tribe a D-League team, played for the Maroons. Who's the D-League team again? Just need clarifications. Eye emojis.
Yeah, speaking of the D-League, that's going to be a fun series to come out. But it would be interesting if the D-League team would have competed with at least this week 1 version of the Maroons. Who would win?
Hey, Wash and Mac. Everyone knows that the Atlantic South is the best division in the WFA. Everybody knows that.
Make sure you get your players submitted for the WFA D-League coming soon. Be just like the college series.
As Napoli takes a rare sack,
Neutral zone
but it looks like that was a free play. Looks like somebody from Pottsville was offside. So yeah, the same guy who got the sack Dozier looks like he tried to beat the snap count a little too early there.
Yep, another rookie mistake from Pottsville. Bulldozer jumping off the
First and
line.
5. Ball at the 41-yard line.
Like I was saying, D-League is where you're going to have your prospects. They're going to play in the D-League, and then after that, they'll be available to be drafted. So make sure you get those players in. We do have about 50 odd prospects right now, so there's still plenty of room to get your player.
And the sooner you get your player in, the better. Because if there is a certain position you want to play, once those positions are not available, we encourage you to make another position that is available. Because we are trying to keep out as many quarterbacks as we have in the league. We have tons of quarterbacks, but we want to make sure we fully fill out all teams' rosters here in the WFA and in the D League. As Bradley Davis, tough run, game for 10 yards.
Bradley Davis showing us why he was drafted at number 4 overall. Just chugging through this beaten and bruised Pottsville line. They're just trying to get to next week at this point.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Being down 43-3, it's very rare with a little less than 7 minutes left on the clock to see too much of a comeback. It's safe to say that Montreal has this game well in hand.
I would wonder if Barr was here in the chat, if he would like to see some Maverick Hughes. I don't believe he is here, but just something I thought of. I'm not going to make that call because I'm not the coach, but
maybe we'll see more of the backup maybe next week. We have
well, hopefully they're not losing by this much.
True.
Next week.
Bradley Davis a pitch out, brought down by Andrew Aaron, the 15th, tacking him down in the backfield.
Yeah, a nice play from the rookie, who already has a mustache.
46-yard line.
Nice mustache. Looking like he's 45.
And Wash, running the D League, he says the tight ends and halfback positions are filling up fast, so you definitely want to get players in quickly. As Napoli throws a dot, that time to Ryan Roosevelt. Ryan Roosevelt, he had that one touchdown, but you didn't really hear much about him until this play here.
Yeah. Nice little throw and catch there. Gotta love the slants. Sellers not able to keep him from making that catch.
Yeah, Sellers was able to bring him down. It was a little too late at that time as Montreal is getting ready to kick a field goal. It's probably going to be easily about 52 yards here. Let's see if Reed Worthington has that is Jack Lewis. He has the leg. 48-yard field goal, and he nails it.
Amazing. That's why you trade for him.
Bronze kicker, making it known why you should have kickers in this league. You have the offense that can at least get you onto your opponent's side of the 50. You have a chance to at least score some points.
46-3. Not what I thought when I signed up for this game.
I don't think anybody anticipated this game to be as one-sided as it has been. Nothing against Pottsville, because I think they're a very good team, but Montreal's just built a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure. Like I was mentioning this earlier, I'm very interested to see what will happen to this roster. Is there going to be a big reaction of dumping a bunch of players, or is he going to be able to keep it together and try to make something out of what he has?
Well, the good news is it's still very early in the season. Both owners of each of these teams that's playing currently, they're both new to the WFA. So all of this is new to a lot of the new owners, as Bodacious throws a dot to Barr. Barr is not able to run it to the promised land, but they are on the Montreal's 27-yard line as they hurry up. But as I was saying,
Larry Barr has been amazing in this game.
Larry Barr has been a bright spot for Pottsville as well. Him and Blake Sellers and other players on the defense. As Barr gets the reception again, is brought down after a gain of 6 yards, and they're continuing to hurry up.
So what were you saying before?
It's still early in the WFA. I don't foresee a lot of changes, but again, I'm not the owner for any one of these teams. But you know, this is a learning curve. You're able to see everyone's true playbook that they're going to be using for this year. And I know Pottsville and the Berserkers, they had a lot of scrimmages that they had prior to the season. So for the playbooks that they have in place now was just for their game they had versus each other. So hopefully we'll see some changes in their playbooks and in their rosters.
1st and 10. Ball at the 15-yard line.
This makes me feel a little bit better about myself and my performance with my generic playbook. That at least I didn't get blown out by 50.
They just throws an out route, gain of about 3 yards there. That was thrown to number 2, Randy Pierce. And there you go. We finally was able to call him.
Yeah. The young man, Randy Pierce, finally making a reception. 6'4", 210, silver receiver. The Montreal's been doing a good job of locking him down. Gotta think it was a thing that Jesus Rising was supposed to be covering, and now he's not there, so very possible.
Another pass for Bodacious. This time connects again for Randy Pierce, and that might be exactly who Jesus Rising was covering, as Randy Pierce was able to get a touchdown reception there.
Putting a little bit of cherry on top of this rotting flesh.
I think the good news for that here is that, you know, Bodacious is starting to get more comfortable with the offense. We know that the offense can score. So this is definitely something Pottsville can build on for sure.
And let's not pretend he had a great college career, because he didn't. So he's still a lot of transition yet to be made. Got a lot of time to do it. So we'll see if he's even better next week. If I look at the schedule really quickly, I'll tell you who these teams are playing next week. The Pottsville Maroons are going to be at New Orleans for their next game, so not going to be helpful for Bodacious's career. And Montreal is facing Cape Charles at home.
And after the failed onside kick attempt by Pottsville, the Berserkers, they take over possession on Pottsville's 41-yard line, already leading by 36 points. It looks like the Berserkers have the second team in, so they have their younger talent in generics getting some playing time now.
Yes, that's the generic quarterback, Blake Anderson. We'll see how he does. Might see some Victor Kawaguchi as well.
Just actually had a run by Victor Kawaguchi. Only gained about a yard.
Yeah. He might get to. They'll probably won't throw it, but we'll see. Might get some Benjamin Macklin. Love me some Benjamin Macklin.
2nd and 9.
Benjamin Macklin is the third receiver for the Berserkers. Maybe he moves into the number 1 spot here with the second team in. Looks they're going to continue running the ball with Victor Kawaguchi. Gains about another yard.
Davis, tackle made by number 91. No gain on the play.
Right there, you can see Nolan Pierce. Rough day for him. 17 yards with 1.7 yards a carry. So Montreal was all over run and the pass this game, which it shows in the score.
Yeah, very reminiscent of Kelton Shields and his performance from this week as well. 17 carries, 14 yards. So doesn't mean you're not a good back, but definitely has some improvement to do.
As Mike, there's no mercy rule in the WFA. We play it out. Don't believe
Play
we'll
it
see
till
a
you
comeback,
die.
but yep, we don't believe we'll see a comeback in this game. Is highly unlikely, down 36 points. But we have seen teams come back and win when it's a lot closer.
Punt team coming out now. Maybe we'll see another couple drives. Drive or two for Bodacious. Try to get some more rhythm.
We get to the 2-minute warning. I'm sure we're probably going to see the second team defense of the Berserkers versus Pottsville's first team offense.
Real men don't do no mercy rule. That's for 8-year-old soccer.
Short, quick punt by the Berserkers. Looks like Mansfield has the ball right at Pottsville's 15-yard line. The Bodacious comes out, lead his offense. Let's see what they can do.
Hopefully better than they've been doing. I mean, they're going to be getting play against some generics most likely. So we'll see how that goes.
And still brought down that time. Looks like that's by Mordecai Fisk as they continue to hurry up. Looks like they still have their first team offense in. Pitches it off to Big Daddy Pierce. Gains about 5 yards.
Nice little spin. Like that. Not really much you can do, but a nice little spin-a-rooney.
Coming down to the wire here. Minute and 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bodacious in the empty backfield. Makes a man miss. Throws it deep. And what is the ball doing? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's bouncing. What?
And that's why you play defense, because you cannot catch the ball.
That was something else. I don't think I've seen that. Very, very interesting stuff there.
Well, it can't be worse. We had Tyler Holmes for the Green Bay Wolfpack morph half of his body into the ground. I'm not sure how he did that, but that did happen.
Wizard.
And Bodacious sacked again by Mordecai Fisk. He is having a game.
One of the bright spots from the Fever roster, and just dominating this offensive line. What I said on the podcast, there's no offensive line that's going to be able to stop them because nobody has an elite line. So just going to bowl through you, especially if you're a young quarterback. Even if you have QB evade, you're not going to be able to stop.
That was a turnover on downs as Berserkers take over. Hands off to Victor Kawaguchi after a gain about 2 yards.
Could be an easy incentives score for Kawaguchi if he can get in the end zone. Might get another couple thousand.
As Greg Soto said in the chat, Bodacious is going to need a coming to America bath treatment after this game, and I can believe it because Bodacious, he's going to be feeling it tomorrow. Another handoff to Victor Kawaguchi, and there goes that touchdown, and we have our first 50-burger in the WFA as the Montreal Berserkers are leading 52-10 over the Pottsville Maroons, pending the field goal.
Get out your burgers, put it on a bun, get some ketchup on it. That's one great performance from Montreal. Victor Kawaguchi getting himself another couple $1,000 for that touchdown. That's a copper right there running through your defense.
Proper running back getting his touchdown. First year the WFA started doing progressions. If was this season, so if Victor Kawaguchi can continue his performance, you never know, he might end up being progressing.
You never know. You gotta think Montreal's hoping to see him a lot more and a lot more blowouts this year. See if that happens. 53-10. My goodness.
Are kicking off.
Devastating for Pottsville fans. After, what, like 100 years, they finally get their team back, and this is what they get.
Yeah, not a good start if you are a Pottsville Maroons fan, but still have 11 more weeks to go in this season. A lot of different things can happen throughout the league, and you never know, they might be a top team in their division.
Yep, nothing is won on week 1. You got to keep remembering that. Even if you get blown out, even if you
First and 10.
don't have a good performance, there's always next week. You're back to 0-0 for the week, so got at least something you can hold on to.
Dacia's back to pass, throws it quickly, and good defense there. That was by number 4, generic safety Evan Lacey.
I believe we saw him on special teams earlier in the game, making a good play right there. See it on the replay. Yep, good jumping out of his shoes. Somebody's trying to get to Copper.
Second and 10. Ball at the 29-yard line.
That's another thing we've done in this league. First done this past off season. If we have some Copper players that, or excuse me, generic players that perform well, we will progress them as well. So it's definitely worth it if you have generic players on your team to get them some playing time. As Larry Barr gets a nice out route pass, gains about 13 yards there as Pottsville hurries up their offense.
Dar, you're playing Omaha week 3. I don't know what you're talking about. What you're looking at.
Yeah, the team that plays do they play Montreal? Who does Montreal play week 3?
Montreal is playing Memphis week 3.
Who is Pottsville playing then?
Pottsville is playing Jamaica week 3. So.
First and 10.
I'm looking at it right now, dude. You're playing the Corn Kings in week 2, and you're playing Omaha in week 3.
Dar, you might be looking at Memphis when you're looking at your schedule.
And then you get Phoenix week 4, so I don't know. As this game comes to a close.
Bodacious is able to run out a couple of sacks. He's able to gain about 4 or 5 yards after being brought down. And as the time is running out, and we have the Montreal Berserkers, formerly known as Team 20, come out their first game, moving from Tokyo to Montreal, blowing out the Pottsville Maroons 53-10. Noah, what did you think about this game?
It was a great statement win for Montreal. They're not going to be just another expansion team. This is going to be a team that's going to be competing at the highest level. This is a team that's going to be in the playoff hunt, if not at the top of the division. And teams are getting real scared right now. People are thinking, "Hey, can we get some hot offensive linemen?" Because this defensive line performance for Montreal was exactly what I expected. This is an elite force. Mordecai Fish with 4.5 sacks. Just amazing stuff.
Yeah, and speaking about, statement wins, I mean, we had a lot of the top teams in the previous year go down in week 1. We have New Orleans losing to Memphis 27-17. had Detroit Fury beating the Chicago Ghosts 24-17. We had one team that they were who we thought they were, Green Bay Wolfpack, winning 43-10 over the Omaha Marshals, and the Oklahoma Regulators coming out making a statement win over the Phoenix Fighters earlier, 31-13.
So a lot of changing of the guard almost, but I have a feeling you're gonna bounce back in a big way next week. Uh, Yet to see if I'll be bouncing back in a big way next week, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully we do. Like I said at the end of our game versus Memphis, I love playing Memphis. Our games is already always hard fought, but it's early. A lot of teams can a lot of teams' situations can change from week to week, and I wouldn't hang your hat so early in the season. It's still very early. It's only the first week, so a lot of things can change over the next couple of weeks.
Did Kawaguchi outrush uh, Pierce?
I
'Cause
don't
I'm
think
seeing him
so.
pop up. I saw him pop up on the bottom.
That
Oh,
should pop up
that's
here in a minute. Let's see.
because I saw it, but it was only like 13 yards. And I thought that he had more than that. But,
Yeah, they're showing Kawaguchi 13 yards. They could be showing him because he had a touchdown. I'm pretty sure Pierce had
maybe.
more than 13 yards rushing, but we'll see.
Yeah,
As
that would have been.
Michael Napoli gets the player of the game from the player of the week. 31 for 39 in passing, 329 yards passing with 4 touchdowns. Impressive showing for the rookie quarterback.
Yeah, really impressive. Napoli, one of those guys that kind of overlooked, but he's making Colin feel really good about getting not being able to draft himself and got that guy instead. So
Yeah,
really
very
nice job.
true. Very true. Napoli was the second option for Montreal, as we all know that they were trying to sign Colin Pierce, but for him to make a statement and get the Player of the Game award in their first games out against Pottsville, it's definitely making a statement that he is definitely the quarterback for the Berserkers this year.
Yeah. So thank everybody. Thank you everybody for being here for this game. Uh, Hopefully we'll be getting the ability to have uh, commentary for every game, at least one game for every week is what I'm trying to say. It won't be me if you're worried about. Uh, we'll actually have people who aren't on delay and actually can see the game as it's happening. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming up soon. So do you have anything to leave the people with before we sign off?
Like I said before, it's still early in the season. A lot of things can change. Thank you guys who hung out with us in the chat. I know some of you guys, that didn't perform well in the field, so you went back to start watching film to get ready for next week. But it's still early. For those who are still here, we appreciate it, and thank you for joining us on our WFA broadcast.
Yeah. See you guys next time.